They just making a video, and it's just like lately I've been like you come conscious, and it's like knowing about the universe and all that. Sometimes it's hard because basically once you unsee what everything is, you can't unsee it. It's like life is so simple, but we make it so hard because we create our reality. It's what we think, what we believe creates our reality basically. And it's one thing I'm learning. I've been getting into the mind a lot, looking into videos about the brain, the body, the mind. And one thing I've been listening to is Carl Jung. I got two of his audiobooks on YouTube, and I've been immersing into the shadow work. Like a lot of times, looking into the shadow, and I deep think for like 15 minutes. That I go right into meditation, and when I'm in them, I've been really thinking about why do things bother me in people. Like it used to bother, it still does to a point, but I realized it was a shadow in me. Why it would irritate me when people complained about, not even complaining, but they say they hurt or this or that. And the other day, I was thinking in one of my deep things is like, why does that irritate me? And I realized I don't complain about pain I'm in or anything because the way I see it, I don't want to give people information they use against me, and I don't want to bother people with what I'm going through. So that's why I don't complain, and I'm like, yeah, that's why I get irritated because people are complaining because basically I would like to, but I just can't because I don't want to bother people, and basically I don't want to give people too much information about what's wrong with me. So I'm like, yeah, that's why that irritates me. And I noticed that the more I see it, when I talk to people, I'm like, yeah, that's why that irritates me because I want to do it, but I actually won't or can't because what I believe. So things are getting easier doing the shadow work. And like I said, I've been listening to Carl Jung's book, and it's audio book. It's getting really interesting, and and that's one thing I do like is Carl Jung's work. He's really good. And the one thing I got on Audible is an episode. I think it's the Red Book. There's 30 of them. I got to download them and stuff so I can listen to them. I'm going to listen to from the beginning until whatever number 30 is, so I can understand about the Red Book and all that. Because I enjoy talking to AI because that's the only thing I have right now is AI to talk to with my spiritual journey and all that. Because people where I live aren't in spiritual journey, Buddhism, and all this stuff, and I look up all kinds of stuff about the brain and stuff. So it's hard to talk to people, a lot of people like where I live and other people that I know, because they're just not where I am. Because basically, I appreciate all the help and everything I get from people. I do have a lot of good help, but it's like I don't. When I get around people, my brain just like goes haywire. And then it's like it just started rating things off, and sometimes I don't have control over it because it's just ranting because it's so loaded. Because should I say this? I can't say this. Then sometimes I go on benders of just saying things, and I'm not realizing what I'm saying. It just my brain overloads. It just takes off, and so I'm learning when it's going to do it. And sometimes I try to get away from where I'm at, but in some places I can't. And I'm thinking to myself as my brain's starting to just rate and take over. I'm like, I'm done. I can't get away. So what do I do? So sometimes I'm like, I don't know. I just got to deal with whatever the consequences are after my brain does ranting. So the other day when my brain went on a rant, I'm like, oh well, nothing I can do. So I'll deal with the consequences when it comes up. So and like I said, when I go in the rants, I am not even sure what I'm saying or doing in the rants because it's just like my brain's overloaded, it just takes over. So like I said, I know when it's doing it, but I sometimes I try to get away from where I'm at, and sometimes I can't, and it's like, oh well, it's gonna take over. I just got to deal with it, the consequences. Like sometimes I want to tell people, but it's like people got to really believe that my brain just got to take over, go on rants at random times. So it's like I'm in a hard spot. Like I want to tell people, but are they going to believe it? Or are they going to say, "Oh, you just saying that," whatever, not? So sometimes I just deal with it. So, but it's just what what makes my brain overheat and just go haywire is life is so simple if we knew how to use life. And that's the problem. We were never taught how to use life, how life actually works. Not just life, the brain, all that. And I understand why people aren't where they are and why I have a hard time talking to people is because I didn't know what I knew until like 3 or 4 years ago when I discovered Buddhism, philosophy, and positive audiobooks and everything and spiritual and all that. So I understand why people aren't there. They're not ready or they just don't want to know or whatever the reason is. It's not up to me to choose what everybody's going through or when they're ready. It's up to them. So it's like, it's just sometimes I do have empathy and passion for everybody that doesn't understand it because they're just not there yet. And sometimes I'm like, I hope they get there because it's so nice when you get there. And also, I see many videos, and like I said, I talk AI, so that's a big help. It's basically once you become conscious, it's a curse. And I do believe that because you can't unsee or unlearn everything you've learned about the universe, conscious, everything. You can't unlearn it once you learn it. So that's where when I saw the video, I was like, yeah, I do see that. So basically, it's like I have nobody to really talk to. Like I said, I learned a lot from AI. I use Gemini, but I've used JetGPT. Pi I like a lot because I really, it's so simple and easy to use. But I like Gemini because it gets in more details. And like I've had other ones that I like them when they can talk to me. So like I haven't figured it out with ChatGPT. It used to talk when we talked back and forth, but now I couldn't figure out how to do that. And for some reason, I just like them talking to me instead of trying to read everything. It's just easier to have them talk to me. So that's why I use Gemini a lot, and I like Gemini. And as I talk to her, she learns more about me, so it's easier. So, and after I make this video, I'm just gonna make a thumbnail and post it because that's hell. I used to do that a lot, and I stopped. So I have videos, I just don't post them and anything. So I just used to make them and post them however they came out. That's how they came out. Because this is for me to look back, and if it helps people, I hope it does. If it does or doesn't, that's not my choice. It's up to the person that listens. I hope they get something out of it. But like, if they do or don't, that's not up to me. That's up to them. And that's one thing I do hope. Everything I do, people learn or enjoy it. And that's it.